Beloved soul, you were led here, not by accident, but by divine timing, because there is a message heaven has been waiting to deliver, a message too tender to rush, too sacred to ignore. The angels are whispering it now. Your soulmate has made a request in secret, and what they asked for will leave you breathless. Don't scroll, don't click away. This is not just another video. This is an unveiling of something holy, something hidden, something heavy with destiny. If you're already feeling the pull in your heart, it's because this message has your name woven into it. Subscribe now to Sacred Encouragement. You were guided here for a reason, to receive, to remember, to prepare. And if your heart is beating faster right now, pause, breathe. You're safe. The angels are close, and this is just the beginning. Comment below with the words, "I feel the secret being revealed." Your declaration becomes agreement. Agreement opens doors in the spirit. And if this message touches you, if it confirms what your soul already suspects, click super thanks and seal it with faith. Let heaven see your yes. Now let's begin. This request was not spoken out loud. It was not shouted. It was not even written, but it was whispered in prayer. Tears carried it to heaven, a soul on its knees, asking for something holy. Your soulmate cried out, "God, please don't let me miss them." That was the secret request. Not fame, not beauty, not riches, but you. They asked for you, not the version of you the world praises, not the one with filters and achievements, but the version of you that breaks and still believes, the you that worships even while waiting, the you that forgives even when it hurts, the you that didn't give up. They prayed for a heart like yours, a soul like yours, a spirit that could dance in ashes and still call it worship. Isaiah 61:3 says, "To give unto them beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning." That's you. You are beauty rising from ashes. And they saw it. They felt it in a dream. They sensed it in a moment of silence. They heard your name in their spirit. And they wept because they didn't feel worthy. They didn't feel ready. But they asked anyway. They whispered, "God, if I'm meant to love them, teach me how." This is the request. It wasn't for a perfect love story. It was for the strength to love you right, to protect you, to honor you, to serve beside you, to carry your heart with trembling hands. And God heard them. Heaven responded not with noise, but with movement. Angels dispatched, steps rearranged, timelines shifted. Right now, even now, they are being aligned with your life, even when you don't see it. Proverbs 16:9 says, "A man's heart plans his way, but the Lord directs his steps." Their steps are being directed to you. Don't panic about the delay. Don't fear the silence. The delay is not denial. It's preparation. The silence is not rejection. It's sacred setup. Comment below. Their request is sacred. I receive it, because what was once hidden is now being revealed. The angels are leaning close, and they are saying this: your name was in their prayer. Your soul was in their request. They didn't ask for a partner. They asked for you. Not anyone. You. And you feel it, don't you? That holy unrest, that quiet stirring, like something is shifting in the spirit. It's not your imagination. This is the unveiling. This is the time. Subscribe now to Sacred Encouragement. You can't miss what God is doing next. It's for your heart, for your home, for your healing. And if this message is opening something inside of you, say yes with a super thanks. You're not just watching, you're receiving. Now let me say this before we go deeper. The enemy tried to make you think it was all in your head, that you were too broken, Too late, too much, too little, but heaven disagrees. Heaven calls you chosen, prepared, appointed, set apart. Jeremiah 1-5 says, "Before I formed you in the womb I knew you. Before you were born I set you apart." You are not overlooked. You are ordained. And they see it. Your soulmate sees it. That's why they made this secret request. Because they don't want just anyone. They want the one heaven whispered to them about. The one their soul recognized. The one who feels like home even before you meet. They want you. So don't rush this. Don't scroll away from it. Sit with it. Let the truth wash over you. Let the tears fall if they must. Because this is a holy moment. The angels are watching, and you are safe to believe again. Comment the words, "I believe again." It's not too late. You didn't miss it. The request has already been made, and heaven has already responded. Beloved heart, you need to know this next part, because it changes everything. Their request wasn't small. It wasn't casual. It was desperate. It was holy. And heaven heard it. They said, "God, if this is the one, give me the strength to walk away from everything that's not aligned." That's why you've been feeling strange things. Doors closing, people exiting, things shifting in silence. Because heaven is honoring their request. The distractions are being removed. The confusion is being silenced. The counterfeit ties are breaking, because the real thing is being revealed. This is not fantasy. This is faith. Faith that moves mountains. Faith that parts seas. Faith that prepares a table in the presence of delay. Psalm 23:5 says, "You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies." God is preparing this union before every doubt, before every critic, before every delay. Don't miss it. Comment below, "I'm sitting at the table God prepared for me." Because your seat is set. Your name is written. Your moment is near. They asked for you, and God is answering with a season of divine rearrangement. Don't be shocked when things fall apart. They're making room. Don't be surprised when something you wanted gets delayed. It's protection, not rejection. Because your soulmate's request had one condition. They said, "God, I only want them. If it's your will." They don't want a good story. They want a God story. That's why this has taken time. That's why you've cried through midnight prayers. That's why you've felt heavy without explanation. Because your name was being carried through the courts of heaven. Not for judgment, but for release. The release is near. Heaven is saying, "Prepare. Prepare like the door is opening. Prepare like the answer is yes. Prepare like the delay is ending." Isaiah 60:22 says, "When the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen." And beloved, the time is becoming right. Subscribe now to Sacred Encouragement. The shift is active. You cannot afford to miss the next part. Like this message to anchor it in your spirit. Comment below your powerful agreement. Write, "The time is becoming right." And if you feel the pull in your heart, send a super thanks. Seal your faith in action. You are standing under open heaven. Now listen, their request was not only for connection, it was for understanding. They said, "God, let them understand me before I ever explain myself." And guess what? You do. You feel things you can't explain. You know what it's like to be misunderstood, to be judged by surface, to be misread by people who never tried to see deeper. But this person sees you, because they asked to be seen too. And now heaven is orchestrating something rare. Mutual knowing, mutual recognition, mutual grace. 1 Corinthians 13:12 says, "Now I know in part, then I shall know fully, even as I am fully known." That kind of knowing is coming. That kind of love is being born in prayer. Even now, Your soulmate has cried out for it, and heaven is responding with favor. So don't be discouraged if it still looks silent. Heaven's loudest work happens in quiet. Seeds break underground before they bloom. Wombs expand before birth. Right now, something is expanding in your story. Something is growing in their heart. You can't see it, but it's about to manifest. Comment below. I believe it's expanding, because your belief creates breathing room. Your words build bridges, and your yes gives heaven permission to move. This love will not be one-sided. This love will not be painful. This love will be covered, carried, confirmed. Even now, they're feeling the weight of it. They're dreaming of someone they haven't met. They're waking with you in their spirit, and they don't know why they feel what they feel. But soon, very soon, they'll know, because heaven will make the introduction. Not a dating app, not manipulation, not human strategy, but divine connection. You are not waiting for a person. You are waiting for a moment, and that moment is almost here. Stay in position, stay in faith. Subscribe to Sacred Encouragement now. Your moment is not far off. Like this video to honor the timing of God. Comment boldly, my moment is almost here. And if this word makes your spirit leap, support with a super thanks. You're not just listening, you're stepping into it. Beloved child of destiny, you've waited with faith. You've endured in silence. Now heaven is beginning to speak. And this next part, it will open something in you. Because your soulmate didn't just make a request. They made a decision. Yes, after the prayer, after the dreams, after the divine signs, they made up their mind. They told God, I will wait, even if it hurts, even if I don't understand, even if it's longer than I hoped. I will wait for them. They waited for you, in secret, in stillness, in surrender. And that kind of surrender, it moves heaven. Psalm 27:14 says, Wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thine heart. This is what's happening now. Heaven is strengthening them. Heaven is strengthening you, because the next step requires courage. Don't scroll. You need this next line. They didn't just wait. They made preparations. And one of them will shock you. They wrote something. A letter, a journal entry, a vow, a voice recording, something private, something sacred. And in it, they mentioned you, even without knowing your name. They said, to the one God is preparing for me, I don't know who you are yet, but I feel you, I honor you, and I promise, I'm getting ready for you. Let that sink in. They wrote you into their process. You were present in their pain, in their healing, in their breakthroughs, in their late-night cries. They didn't even know your face, but their spirit knew your worth. Comment this now. My worth is known in the spirit. Yes, before they ever meet you, they are already loving you with reverence. And beloved, they are not just praying for the union. They are praying to be ready for the weight of it. They said, God, let me not mishandle what I've prayed for. That's why you've had delays. That's why you've had detours. It wasn't punishment. It was protection. Because God refused to let you be mishandled again. He refused to let you walk into another counterfeit cycle. Isaiah 41:10 says, Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. He is helping you now, and he is helping them too. So take heart. Heaven is answering both sides. This isn't one-sided love. This is holy agreement. Subscribe now to Sacred Encouragement. If this is waking something deep inside you, like this message to stand in alignment, comment boldly, this is not one-sided. I believe in holy agreement. And if this confirmation is lighting up your soul. Seal it with a super thanks. What you honor in faith, God multiplies in reality. Now come close. I need to tell you what they saw. Yes, your soulmate saw something in the spirit, and it changed them. It was quick, maybe a flash, maybe a dream, maybe a moment during worship, but it was real, and it stayed with them. They saw someone standing at a door, and the door opened. The light hit that person's face, and their heart whispered, "It's them. That person was you." They didn't know how, they didn't know when, but they knew, and the knowing wrecked them. It humbled them, because they weren't just choosing you anymore. They were being chosen to carry you. There's a difference, to want someone, and to be trusted to carry their heart. They saw the weight of your calling. They saw the depth of your wounds. They saw the gold in your spirit, and they wept, because they knew this wasn't ordinary. This was heaven sent, and they're preparing to respond. They're not just waiting anymore. They're getting ready to move, to say something, to shift something, to act on what they've seen. It may look small at first, a message, a prayer, a move to your city, a sudden reappearance. But when it happens, you'll know, because the peace will hit first, then the clarity, then the confirmation. Philippians 1-6 says, "He who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion." This is the completion season. This is the part where loose ends are tied, and silent prayers become spoken promises. Comment below, God is completing this love story. Say it with faith. Say it with tears. Say it with boldness. Beloved listener, you've made it this far because your spirit knows. This is not just a message. This is your unfolding, your confirmation, your moment. And now, heaven is revealing the next part. What your soulmate is planning, what they're getting ready to do, will leave you breathless. They made a second request. This one, bolder. This one, more vulnerable. They whispered, "God, if they are the one, let me be the one to tell them first." Did you hear that? They don't want to wait for signs. They don't want to wait for someone else to move first. They don't want to risk missing the moment. They're asking heaven for the courage to go first, to take the risk, to open their heart before they're sure you'll say yes. That's love. That's faith. That's the kind of love that doesn't wait for comfort. It shows up in obedience. 1 John 4:18 says, "There is no fear in love, but perfect love drives out fear." This love they carry, it's starting to drive out the fear, little by little, day by day, dream by dream. And soon, you're going to feel it. A wave, a pull, a pause in your day. Something unusual, like a message is coming, like someone's about to reach out. And they are, because they're planning to say something, but not just anything. They are planning to reveal the secret, that they've loved you before they met you, that they've been drawn to you through prayer, that they've seen you in glimpses, felt you in worship, heard your name, whispered when the world was asleep. They will say it, not just hint at it. They will say it, and it will take your breath away, because you'll remember this message. You'll feel the weight of it. You'll say, "This is what I was prepared for." Comment now, "I'm being prepared for their words." And yes, their words are sacred. That's why it's taken so long, because they didn't want to come to you with noise. They wanted to come to you with truth, with intention, with a heart that's steady, with a mind that's clear. So they asked God, "Help me say it right. Help me honor their heart. Help me not speak until I'm ready to stay." And God is answering. Even now, they're rehearsing, they're journaling, they're sitting with the thought of you and asking, "How do I say this without shaking too hard?" Their heart shakes because it's real, because it matters. So don't worry if it feels quiet right now. The storm is stirring in their spirit. It's not distance. It's the preparation for proximity.